Miranda, good evening. Mike, good evening. Victoria, Foxy Lady, welcome to the stream. Welcome to Crime Trivia Night. Tonight all 30 questions are about John Wayne Gacy. Honest, genius, fierce. Hey, howdy again from Las Vegas. Welcome. Genuine, honest, genuine. Short nights. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. I hope you all had a great weekend. Of the 30 questions that we're going to do tonight on trivia, 22 of the 30 come directly from the FBI's database on John Wayne Gacy. 22 of the 30. So that's why there's a scroll at the bottom there about, speaking of percentages and numbers, is according to the official numbers of the FBI that they have in their database. These are not the numbers or percentages when I speak of numbers or percentages that are people may have learned that are in the media, that have been widely reported in either television, documentaries, docu-series, or other YouTube video content. Dennis Carr, welcome. Denise, I'm going to learn to read today. I really am. Stiffy, hi Stiffy. Welcome to the stream, Stiffy. I've never done this before, but YouTube recommended it, and I love true crime trivia. Well, then you're in the right place. Normally, every other weekend, this weekend, I'm doing nothing but multiple choice questions. Each one has either, the answer is going to be either A, B, C, or D. So I will read the questions, and I'll give you the 4 possible answers to the actual question. So this weekend is on John Wayne Gacy. Next Saturday will be general crime trivia. And then the following week after that, it'll be on one individual in true crime. So I hope you enjoy it. Deneen, welcome. Diana, Inner Peas, welcome. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. I had a relaxing weekend. I didn't do much of anything yesterday, except for I did a little bit of work around the house, but that's about it. And then I went golfing and came home, and I just relaxed. Just been here doing nothing. Sundays, I've been called Dennis. I'm sorry. I really am. I really am sorry. I get rushed, and I just kind of glance at the name, and then I start reading the question before that's my fault. There's no excuse for it. I'm sorry. It was so packed here at the beach this weekend. Was it? It was kind of weird. We went out golfing yesterday, and we thought for sure, the golf course is going to be booked. It's going to be packed. There were probably 10 people there. Don't know where everybody was, but they certainly weren't out golfing. And it was a lovely day. I think it got up to like 83. A little on the warmer side, but still a perfect day for golfing. What are the rules? Miranda, the only rule is, I read the question, then I read the 4 possible answers. You answer, what you think the right answer is, and you're scoring against yourself. Maybe get a piece of paper and write down how many you get right and how many you get wrong. There are 30 questions total, and that's it. If you want to use Google or open up another window and put the question into, do an internet search, by all means, do it. There's no prize. Although I have been asked, but I'd have to figure out how to actually do that to offer a prize, because I'd have to get people to answer within a certain time frame, and there's a whole lot of things that I'd have to do that. So, hey, thank you for the super chat, sir. I appreciate that. Duty Ron says, thanks, Will, for all you do. Love your channel, sir. Well, thank you very much, Duty Ron. And to Miss Duty Ron, that was a great stream the other day. It was nice to see her. I hope she had fun out shopping. And then I believe you went to your mother-in-law's? But and you guys need to go check out Duty Ron's channel. Retired New York City detective who is doing great content over on his channel. He's been really keeping everyone up to date and letting us know what's going on especially in the Orrin and Orson West case, the 2 missing boys out of California City, California. Miss Duder, isn't she beautiful? Yeah. I was going to comment, about just how beautiful she was, but the stream ended before I got a chance to multitasking at the same time. Hi, Becky. Welcome. How are you doing? Yes, Duty Ron is great, isn't he? Moments in Trading. Welcome. Yeah, your stepmom? Oh. Well, I hope you had a great day, sir. Thank you again for the super chat. I appreciate it. I'm going to be donating that to Next for Autism. And so I appreciate it. That's my decision of what I want to do with the money. That I want to help this nonprofit as much as possible. So for the rest of the year, I'm running. I can't do it when I stream for StreamYard, but after the stream's over with, I'll go into my actual video settings, and then I'll add the fundraiser, so it'll be in the upper right-hand corner of every video. And I'm going to be doing that for the rest of the year, because I really, wholeheartedly believe in this charity, and they need the money, because what Next for Autism is doing is they're putting those who need the services from age 18 on. There are not a lot of services out there for those with autism as adults, and they're putting the services together and saying, okay, look, this is not only what you need based on where you're lacking in skills, but we want you to be in charge of your actual development and what you need. You have a say, giving the actual patient a say in what they need. I call them patients. My son's autistic. I call him a patient in regards to it too. So don't get me wrong there. Spaghetti Noma, welcome. Hope I didn't miss anybody when I was yabbering away. Yeah, Mark Rober. You got to go check out his channel too, especially the squirrel. His videos with the squirrel. I don't know what you call it. Habit trail for squirrels to try to get nuts. It's really cool. And Interpeas, I have not had a chance to. I saw the email, but I haven't had a chance to actually click on that link yet. But I'm going to get to it after the stream tonight. I said I had a little bit more to do beforehand today, so me and my wife had to do our podcast episode, and we're trying to streamline everything there to just audio only, because we want to start banking certain episodes so we can upload them to streaming services. That's why we use pretty much stock footage for the entire podcast episode today. But we're playing around with the settings and everything, trying to streamline that. So, all right, let's get cracking on the John Wayne Gacy trivia questions. Now, again, I will read the question, and then I will read the 4 possible answers. And you can answer A, B, or C, or D. A, B, C, or D. Or that question, and then you can score yourself on how many you got right and how many you got wrong. All right, first question on the John Wayne Gacy trivia. How many men and young boys did John Wayne Gacy kill? Now, this is official numbers according to the FBI. The options are A, 11, B, 22, C, 33, or D, 44. How many people did young men and young men did John Wayne Gacy kill? Well, thank you again for the super chat, Duty Ron, that just popped up again. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Hope I didn't miss anybody, because hi, hippie love. Leporis, welcome. Scrolling back up here because it went the stream, comment section, it stopped and then it shot by, and that's how I just barely caught the second super chat from Duty Ron. But Inner Peace is going to go with her standard reply, which is A, B, C, and D, because one of them is bound to be correct. Spaghetti Nona says it's C. We got a bunch of C's. 22. The correct answer. How many young men and boys did John Wayne Gacy kill? The correct answer is C, as in cat, 33. According to the FBI, that is his official body count, is 33 victims. Now, we all know that if you've studied anything about John Wayne Gacy, the actual number very well may be a lot more than 33. But 33 is his official number for the number of victims. All right. Second question. How many of John Wayne Gacy's victims were never identified? How many of John Wayne Gacy's victims were never identified? The options are A, 20, B, 10, C, 9, or D, 19. How many of his victims were never identified? Debbie, you can't keep up with the numbers? With these murders? Oh, I'm sorry, Debbie. Duty Ron is an evil killing machine. Yes. Not the most prolific serial killer we've ever had in America, but you've definitely had his list. John Wayne Gacy. How many of his victims were never identified? Becky FB, welcome. In case I missed you before, welcome to the stream. I hope you had a great weekend. Oh, I should probably also tell everybody the notifications is turned on. So if we hear a chime every once in a while, it's because I'm running another program in the background on another tab, and I can't turn the notifications off on it. But sorry about that in case we do hear the chime. The Hippie Love, the first question was how many young men and boys did John Wayne Gacy kill? And the correct answer to that is 33. That was how many official victims the FBI has listed for John Wayne Gacy. He killed 33. This question is, how many of John Wayne Gacy's victims were never identified? The correct answer is C, as in cat, 9. 9 of his victims, when they dug up and removed all the bodies from underneath his crawl space, underneath the garage and underneath the patio, there were 9 total victims that were never identified initially. Now, since then, there have been a couple of other victims that they were able to identify through DNA. So, but there are still 7 at this time that are still not identified. Yeah, but you have to look at the type of victims that Gacy picked. He picked young men, most either homosexuals or those who were drug addicts or lived on the outskirts of society. And they're obviously vulnerable, but he picked these people on purpose because nobody would look for them. And some of them, a lot of them were either runaways or drug addicts, or they were escaping, other issues within their lives. So, yeah, a lot of the victims, nobody was ever even looking for, unfortunately. All right, question number 3. What was John Wayne Gacy originally arrested for the first time? The first time that John Wayne Gacy was arrested, what was he originally arrested for? A, murder. B, shoplifting. C, molestation. Or D, blackmail. What was John Wayne Gacy originally arrested for the first time? That's okay, Miranda. Yes. You can, any way that you that helps you keep track of your answers, go right ahead. Hi, Colleen. I hope you had a great weekend, Colleen. Welcome to the stream. Interpees voter fraud. Yeah, don't think it was voter fraud. Hardcore poetry. Welcome to the stream, Hardcore Poetry. I hope you enjoyed the trivia tonight on John Wayne Gacy, and I hope you had a great weekend. Good. I'm glad you had a great weekend, Colleen. What letter was shoplifting? B. The options are A, murder, B, shoplifting, C, molestation, or D, blackmail. Can you please say the answers, choices, then read the question and say the choices again? Sure, I can do that. Wasn't he originally arrested for removing the tags of his mattresses? I don't know about that one. But it is a federal crime, isn't it? Excuse me. So, what was John Wayne Gacy originally arrested for the very first time? He was arrested for molestation, C as in cat. 1967, he was arrested for molesting a 15-year-old boy. That was way before he became JC of the Year, Small Business Owner of the Year, back in 1967. In case you're wondering, he didn't start killing until about 4 years later, 3 or 4 years later, depending upon when you actually believe Gacy or not. But he didn't start killing until the early 70s. But 1967, for molesting a 15-year-old boy. Now, blackmail, he used to pay male prostitutes $50 to come to his home and have sex with him. And then when they would say no, okay, all right, they got their $50, they're done, he would blackmail them, and that's where the blackmail comes from. But yeah, he really did. He blackmailed a lot of people into continuing the affairs, and then some of them he ended up killing and putting underneath his house in the crawl space. All right. So that's it for number 3. So number 4. Where did John Wayne Gacy first okay, I had to pick up the paper so I can read the angle of that. Where did John Wayne Gacy first debut his Pogo the Clown getup? A, at a birthday party. B, at a hospital ward. C, at a funeral. Or D, at a wedding. Where did John Wayne Gacy first debut his Pogo the Clown getup? Robin Lane. Good evening. Welcome to the True Crime Trivia. Faith, how you doing, Faith? Welcome. Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. Welcome to the True Crime Trivia. Tonight we are doing nothing but questions on John Wayne Gacy. Every question is a multiple choice question. Doing good, and you? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Hi, Brooks. How you doing, sweetheart? I hope you had a wonderful weekend, Brooks. Wild guess, Mama B. Welcome to the stream, Mama B. I hope you enjoy the trivia tonight. All the questions are on John Wayne Gacy tonight. Next weekend, we'll be back to general crime trivia, but every other weekend, I try to pick a different person who is well-known, notorious, if you will, in the true crime genre that a lot of people have covered, a lot of documentaries, and so on. You're doing well. Good. Jennifer Nobles, you are awesome. Welcome. Yeah, he was a JC, yes. Yeah, JC and Small Businessman of the Year. And he was also named to the state. He was the number 3 Small Business Owner of the Year in the entire state. Hippie Love will be right back. Where did John Wayne Gacy first debut his Pogo the Clown getup? Ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer is B. B as in boy, at a hospital ward for children. Yes, he dressed up as Pogo the Clown and went to a hospital and visited sick children in the hospital. Now, if you've never seen his makeup and his getup for Pogo the Clown, it would scare the living bejeebers out of you. It wasn't a very good clown makeup, and getup that he had, but he enjoyed it. Yeah, creepy, definitely. Well, I shared on my community tab, sent you the invite to my Discord. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I can join Duty Ron's Discord. This week is John Wayne Gacy. Next week it's John Wayne Bobbitt. I could do the John Wayne Bobbitt. He ended up doing Bobbitt actually did. I think he did one or two porn movies after getting it reattached. All right, next question. What type of car did John Wayne Gacy always drive because he said it exuded luxury? What type of car did John Wayne Gacy always drive because he said it exuded luxury? A Buick. C, a Cadillac. C, a Ford. Or D, a Porsche. What type of car did John Wayne Gacy always drive because he said it exuded luxury? You go. A Caddy. One of Bobbitt's movies was called A Cut Above, was it? Oh my gosh. I've never seen his porn. I don't watch porn. Never have. It's not my thing. But I knew he had done it because I ran across a channel. I can't remember the name of the channel though. It's on YouTube, but they had covered his life and what he had a lot. I guess he had some legal troubles and financial troubles afterwards, after doing the and getting all the money from the porn, and he did some touring. As like a guest speaker. Don't know where he is now, and I don't care. But I could do it. I could do one on him. There is enough out there that would probably But yeah, I don't know if that it's crime related. There's one crime event there. I guess you could consider his movies being a crime of the senses. What type of car did John Wayne Gacy always drive? You didn't watch the movie? A hearse, aka Cadillac station wagon, and her peas. No, he did not own a hearse. He did drive a van though, but this wasn't the car that he always drove. Whatever choice is Cadillac, that's your choice. Moments in trading. Anita is going with Caddy. What type of car did John Wayne Gacy always drive because he said it exuded luxury? The correct answer is A, a Buick. A Buick. They used to call the Buick the poor man's Cadillac, I believe. Or maybe that was Oldsmobile. I think it might be Oldsmobile. Oldsmobile was a poor man's Buick. Off to bed, my friends. Thank you for these lives. I appreciate it. Well, thank you very much, Duty Ron. You have a great night, and I hope to catch your next live stream. You stay well, and give your beautiful wife a kiss from all of us. And you have a great week, sir. Mama B, good night all. Good night, Mama B. Had to feed my family. Okay, back at it. All right, hippie love. Here we go. Next question. What was John Wayne Gacy's nickname? A lot of people want to call him the killer clown or whatever, but that wasn't the nickname that everybody had for him. While he was killing, while he was working everywhere in his life, this is what was his nickname? John Wayne Gacy's nickname. A, the funny man. B, the pastor. C, the sheriff. Or D, the colonel. What was John Wayne Gacy's nickname? I think the poor man's caddy was a Pontiac. Could have been. I remember. I thought one of them was the poor man's Cadillac. But Pontiac sounds about right in moments in trading. Thank you. Diana Wilson, welcome. We are playing True Crime Trivia tonight. I'll read the question. Each question has 4 possible answers, A, B, C, or D. And you can score yourself at home. If you want to use the internet to to find the answer, you're more than happy to do that as well. Jeannie, welcome. Sorry if I missed you earlier, Jeannie. I hope you had a great weekend. It sounds too easy, but it's probably A. What was John Wayne Gacy's nickname? Colleen 41 is going because he worked at KFC. He was a manager at 3 KFCs. Well, good. Hi, Heidi, and welcome to the stream. We are on question number 6 right now, but you're more than happy to jump in anytime. Oh, you're already there. Heidi is going with C. Alicat, hey, how's it going, sweetheart? Welcome. KFC sounds good, doesn't it? It does. I like KFC. I like it more than Popeyes. At least that's we don't have any Popeyes around here where I live anymore. We used to, but they were only here a short-lived period of time. But I think we have 4 or 5 KFCs around in the general area and the other surrounding cities. The correct answer to question number 6 is D, as in dog. The Colonel was his nickname. Even after he stopped at being a manager of the 3 KFCs, the nickname stuck around. And for years, even as a property manager and working in construction, everybody referred to John Wayne Gacy as the Colonel. Making me hungry. I like KFC's, the coleslaw. Not me. Not so much. When I go to KFC, I like to get the mashed potatoes, but I don't like the gravy. The gravy is icky. I don't know, why don't they have like a chicken gravy? Why does it have to be beef or whatever that it's supposed to be? Doesn't taste like chicken. I would like a chicken gravy. But normally I just get the plain mashed potatoes. I'm not down for any of those like macaroni salad or any of that stuff. It's not for me. Really? I know his mommy called him Johnny. Yes, his mother definitely called him Johnny, but his mother died a long time before. But yep, he was definitely called Johnny by his mom. My dogs like the gravy. Green beans. I don't know if we have green beans here. I know they have corn, because you can actually get the chicken bowl and the pot pie, and it's got corn in it, but I don't know if they have green beans here at ours. All right, next question. While in prison for murder on death row, John Wayne Gacy picked up the hobby of painting. How many paintings did John Wayne Gacy sell? How many paintings did he sell while on death row? The options are A, 1, B, 2, C, 3, or D, 4. While on death row, how many paintings did John Wayne Gacy sell? He gave away a lot of paintings, but how many did he sell? Soldier Girl, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Soldier Girl is going with 4. I hope you had a great weekend, Soldier Girl. Wow, this is hard. Sorry. I tried to actually pick questions that were commonly known in the media that is out there. I mean, obviously, some of these, questions, they really get into, like the next question is pop culture, more pop culture related, but has to do with John Wayne Gacy. Mina Modbot, welcome. Starfire, welcome. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I did, Soldier Girl. I just relaxed. I didn't do much of anything. I did a little bit of work around the house, but I was yesterday. But I was like, no, I'm just not going to do anything. I went and golfed with my friends. Did okay. I've done a lot better, but I just relaxed. I needed it. I just needed to just kind of like unwind and just let everything go for the week. At least for the weekend or for the day. And it does you a lot of good. Just kind of like mentally drain. Let everything go. You did yard work, hippie love? I didn't do it. I didn't mow my lawn. I didn't do anything. I mean, I only have to mow my backyard side, part of like the side yard. We have, because we live in a homeowners association, an HOA. So they mow the front lawn of just about everybody's house, and then they also do the communities like center, and around the clubhouse and office. Good vibes, Starfire. Good vibes. I think there are studies that actually show that the exact thing you just said, Will, about relaxing, just letting, mentally, just letting it all go. All right. Let's finish up this trivia question. But yeah, I believe there probably is. I mean, even if there's not, I mean, it does you a lot of good. Everybody should do it. While in prison, how many paintings did John Wayne Gacy actually sell? The correct answer is 2. He sold 2 paintings. Although he gave away over 50 paintings, in 2017, one of the paintings that he sold of him, it was a self-portrait of himself as Pogo the Clown, sold for $7,500. He sold that to a fan who then sold it at auction. In total, there are no more than 6 paintings of his left. And one of the future questions we will get into actually revolves around what happened to all the other paintings that he did and what happened to them all. We lost a huge tree that's awful freezing rainstorm, so I had to move plants. They can't take all the sun, So sad about my dogwood tree. Oh, it was a dogwood tree. Oh, I'm sorry. That's my wife's favorite type of tree. And and unfortunately, we don't have a dogwood tree here. We can't plant one in the front yard because it has to be approved by the homeowners association. So you pretty much can't do anything in the front of your house at all. That's why these gnomes are here, because I can't even put them out in the front in the rock bed where I bought them for. That's the rules. Can't put any lawn decorations. But next question. Question number 8. Can you still buy them? The paintings? The ones that are out there, I mean, they're in private hands. So I don't know if you can buy them or not. But we'll get to what happened to all the rest of his paintings here. But he gave away well over 50 of them to just about anybody that wanted one. All right, question number 8. Of all the bizarre collectibles and artwork that is related to John Wayne Gacy, in what country can you sit down and enjoy his last meal? An authentic meal that is reproduced exactly the way it was presented and served to John Wayne Gacy, with 8 pieces of KFC chicken, 1 pound of shrimp, and 1 pound of fresh strawberries, including 2 large sides of fries. In what country can you go to get this reproduced meal? And it's actually, they put the chicken and everything on it exactly the way it was presented to John Wayne Gacy as his last meal. In what country? A, America. B, Spain. C, Japan. Or D, Korea. In what country can you go to actually get the completely redone meal served to you just like John Wayne Gacy got it as his last meal? First time, Heidi, first time here. You all seem nice and the vibe is great for on. Your background is super interesting. Well, thank you. I mean, I do kind of talk about myself a lot. I think this is one of the only hats that I have left. I gave them all away or sold them all, and then that one was returned to sender, and I kept it in the box. Tried contacting the person who actually bought it. She never responded back, so I got it back. And you can't see up here on the wall, but there are a lot of hats on the wall. I think it is a little bit of everything here. You got Brian staring at me over here from behind the tree. Mike thinks these are hard. Who would want that? You'd be surprised. This is a very popular restaurant. It does not have a fixed location. It is a pop-up restaurant that pops up. It's in one place for like a week, then it moves, and it's at another place for a week, and then it's another place, but it's always constantly moving around. And they have been in business now for 10 years, ladies and gentlemen, serving this exact meal. 10 years. Well, thank you, hippie love. Love Family Guy. So do I. I've been a big fan of Family Guy and American Dad. I used to have a bunch of like this size. I had 3 of the American Dad of the same guy, the father. I had 3 of them, but I think I gave the last one away to my friend. He has it in the background of one of his videos. He has square cubicles in the background, and in one of them in the background, his videos on his channel. Well, when he was doing videos, I think he has everything's unlisted right now, but he has the Family Guy in the background of one of his. Okay, the correct answer to where can you go get the authentically reproduced last meal of John Wayne Gacy? Excuse me. It is in Japan. C as in cat in Japan. Now, I'm going to probably butcher the actual pronunciation of the name of this place. It's called Nigu, Nigu, which loosely translates to human restaurant. Nigu, Nigu, human restaurant. They serve nothing but meals of the condemned. Every meal on the menu is always a meal that was presented to the condemned, their last meal, everything. And John Wayne Gacy's meal is one of the most popular on the menu. I got another one correct. I think I'm up to 2 correct. There you go. I knew it was Japan or Korea. Yeah, they have a really weird fascination there. You can actually get these. They're packaged in, like you go to the store and you'd buy a steak, but they actually make like limbs, hands, and feet. Or they're packaged. It's like soybean. Like I don't know what they call that, fake meat, but it looks like an actual foot, with a bone in it. And like you can actually really go to stores and buy these things. They have those there, and that's on this one of the things that they have on their menu there at that Nigu. I think that's how you pronounce it. I could be way off on the pronunciation there. All right, question number 9. Diana Wilson, am I kidding? No, I wish I was. I wish I was, Diana. I really wish I was. Question number 9. Which famous actor has played John Wayne Gacy more times than anyone else? Which actor has played John Wayne Gacy more times than anyone else? A. Brian Dennehy. B. Michael Ritchie. C. William Shatner. Or D. Michael Inslee. Which actor has played John Wayne Gacy more than any other actor? Jeannie is going with Brian Dennehy. A. Anita, A. Ooh, a lot of people guessing A. Brian Dennehy. Soylent Green. There really is a drink that's called Soylent Green. Not a joke. The actual company is called Soylent, and they have Soylent Green and red and blue, just like in the movie. Instead of it being a pill, it's an actual shake that you buy, and they come pre-packaged. I saw them in the supermarket. I would say John Goodman from Roseanne. Has he played Gacy in either a movie or documentary or anything else? I wasn't aware if he did, but he might have. He kind of has the body, size, I guess, to play Gacy. It was a book first. Spaghetti Nama. And a lot of people guessing Dennehy. Soylent is good. I don't drink the strawberry Soylent. I drink the strawberry Soylent sometimes. Oh, I have never tried one. I just saw it in the supermarket and took a picture of it on my cell phone. It was a while ago, probably about 4 or 5 months ago when I ran across it. I didn't know it was a real thing. I was like, oh my gosh, Soylent Green. That we're all going to hell. I mean, here we are, COVID shut down, and they got Soylent Green in the, in the refrigerator section. Like, was it Soylent Green people? Soylent Green is made of people. I think it was green, yeah. Did I miss somebody? Oh, Sheila. Welcome. I'm always late, darn it. That's okay. So Soldier Girl says yes. And Soldier Girl, my name is Will, by the way. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for being here today to play trivia with us. Which actor has played John Wayne Gacy more than any other actor? Ladies and gentlemen, the correct answer is A, Brian Dennehy. Brian Dennehy played him twice for both of his of the two-part series on To Catch a Killer 1 and 2. Now, in case you're not familiar with who Brian Dennehy is, Brian Dennehy was the chief of police in Rambo First Blood, the one who started the fight with Rambo and picked him up and tried to take him through town because he didn't want that dirty hippie in his town. And he was also in the movie, Cocoon. But that's who Brian Dennehy is. He was the chief of police there. The heavier set guy, obviously. He played John Wayne Gacy. But no, there's only been one other actor, and I could not find an IMDb page, that was updated for him. But there's only one other actor that I was able to find that played the John Wayne Gacy more than once. He played him in low-budget movies. I knew that, Will, but I was keeping it a secret. Good character actor, yeah. Oh, he's been in a lot of movies, but those are the Rambo, First Blood, and the Cocoon. That's what most people remember, Brian Dennehy for, his acting roles, But he's done a lot more than just that. He's done voiceover work. He's done directing. There's a lot of things that Brian Dennehy has done in his professional career. He's been a writer on a couple of TV series. So he worked with Dick Wolf, who is the one of the main writers and the guy who came up with Law and Order. But he did a couple of episodes of Law and Order, where he wrote the actual characters and worked on it with Dick Wolf. So that's cool. He's had a long career. All right, question number 10. What did John Wayne Gacy do with his victims after he ran out of room underneath his home? What did John Wayne Gacy do with his victims after he ran out of room underneath his home to put them? Okay. The options are A, he ate them. B, he dumped them in the Des Plaines River. C, he buried them in another state. Or D, he buried them at job sites. What did John Wayne Gacy do with his victims after he ran out of room to bury them underneath his house? Under the garage? We already know that, but that's when encompassing the entire thing. House, garage, and patio. Jeannie. What did he do after he ran out of room to bury them underneath his house, garage, and patio? So maybe I should clarify that. What did he do with them afterwards? His victims after that? Because there's 26? Astro hate raid? It went zooming by. There it is. He threw them in the river. Astro Hater Raid. Astro Hate Raid. Interesting name. Welcome to the stream, though. I hope you have fun playing the John Wayne Gacy trivia tonight. Mr. Frosty. He ate him up. He put them in the water. He served them at KFC. We got some interesting answers here. I thought he cut them up and cooked them, but I don't know. How did he fit in the small opening where his friends co-conspirators, since they dug the trenches? Your username is a long story. Okay. I'll just call you Astro then. Diana is going with B, but I choose D. B is he dumped him in the Des Plaines River. D is buried them at job sites. I thought he switched to his yard. Why wonder? Welcome. Why wonder? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Tonight we are playing John Wayne Gacy trivia. These are all multiple choice questions, either A, B, C, or D. I will read the question, and then you try to figure out which one of the answers is the correct one. A, B, C, or D. If you want to use the internet to come up with the answer, go right ahead. Otherwise, you can keep score for yourself. But welcome anyways. Yes, he dumped them in the Des Plaines River. Okay, the correct answer is B as in boy. He dumped them in the Des Plaines River. He buried them underneath the house, and then he ran out of room there, and he put him, the last place he buried his last victim at his actual home was underneath the garage floor. Worksite seems too risky. Another state seems too far. Well, we'll get into it later on. But there, one of the questions on here makes you really wonder, if did Gacy do all of his crimes by himself? It really makes you wonder. If you read the actual transcript for the interviews with the police, and when he was arrested for murder, Gacy had no problems talking. None. All right. Soldier Girl, yeah, worksite was that guy that I don't like to talk about. Yeah. All right, Gacy killed, next question is, Gacy killed a lot of men and young boys. How old was his youngest victim? How old was the youngest victim of John Wayne Gacy? A, 10, B, 11, C, 13, or D, 14? How old was his youngest victim? Planes, the planes. Fantasy Island. I remember that show. What was his name? Tech 2? Fantasy Island? Oh, I'm sorry, that went by quick. I was going to say hello, and I didn't get to read the rest of the name. Scroll up. Carol Loving Alaska. Welcome to the stream, Carol. We are playing true crime trivia and all the questions tonight, 30 questions total, are all around John Wayne Gacy, the serial killer. I'll read the question, and each question has 4 possible answers: A, B, C, or D. Tech 2, yeah. It was, huh? Tech 2 from Fantasy Island. They're playing. They don't make shows like that anymore, do they? All right. How old was the youngest victim of John Wayne Gacy? The correct answer is D. D as in dog. 14 years old was the youngest victim of John Wayne Gacy. Angelina, you're guessing 13. And welcome to the stream, Angelina. If I didn't say hello earlier, I'm sorry if I missed you. But 14 years of age was the youngest. All right, next question. While on death row, the warden of the prison refused to hire extra security to control fans, yes, fans, of Gacy and the media and those wishing for a quick execution on the date that he received the lethal injection. What was the name of the prison where John Wayne Gacy was executed? What is the name of the prison where John Wayne Gacy was executed? The options are A, Statesville Correction Center, B, Menard Collection Center, C, the Pontiac Correction Center, or D, the Standard Correction Center. Shawshank. Nope. Good guess, though, Mr. Frosty. You know, Astro going with Juliet. We need more. We need more John Wayne Gacy's. Do we? They're out there. You want to read some really freaky, information. Go onto the Department of Justice's website. They did a study of just about how many serial killers are active in America, and there are a lot more active serial killers here in America than anybody really wants to think about. They're out there. They're active as in either they're looking for their next victim, they've already killed their victim, or they are planning their next attack on a victim. Welcome, Out of Control. Out of order. Out of order. Welcome. I hope you had a great weekend. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm never leaving home again. Oh, Robin. The chances are slim that you'll ever meet one. But I understand. It can be a scary, life is scary. And you really don't know. I mean, they could come to you. I mean, a lot of them, these serial killers, like the Night Stalker, he came to people's doors. Menard. Are we supposed to be choosing A, B, or C, or D? Yes, Diana. You can answer A. You either type out the answer completely, or you can go just A, or if you think it's A, or if it's B, put B or C or D. Each question has A, B, C, or D as a possible answer. What was the name of the prison where John Wayne Gacy was executed? Seriously, you're crazy. Another John Wayne Gacy. The old Statesville prison. Sheila's going with the old Statesville. I'm headed out to Martha's Vineyard this weekend. There could be some wackos out there. Martha's Vineyard probably is. Gainesville, crazy man. All right, what prison was John Wayne Gacy executed at? Yes, the old Statesville Correction Center, the old SCC prison is where John Wayne Gacy, met his untimely death. Or was it? No, he was executed at the old Statesville Correction Center, the SCC. So A is the correct answer for that one. How? Next question is, how was John Wayne Gacy executed? If you've been listening, you should probably be able to get this one pretty quickly and know this one. How was John Wayne Gacy executed on May 10th, 1994? A, electrocuted. B, hanging. C, gas chamber. Or D, lethal injection. Heidi's already got it. Lethal injection. Boxing MMA 365. Welcome. Boxing MMA. I actually watched a kickboxing program just the other day. But I've met Chuck Liddell. He actually is an ordained minister. Chuck Liddell, the Iceman. They denied him MTV. Oh. Inner peas, you're cooking? You think that's what killed him? Oh. I don't think your cooking's that bad. Is it? Is your cooking that bad? Inner peas? That it would kill him? Good MTV would corrupt his mind. Will, who got the money for all his paintings? Who got the money from all his paintings? The state. You can't profit from your crimes. So the paintings that he did sell, the two that he sold, I would believe the state got the money. It probably was a drop in the bucket for compared to what the total costs were to incarcerate him, try him for the murder, give him the death penalty, the cost of the actual lethal injection. It probably didn't come anywhere near it. And there is the actual answer to the actual question. How did he die? He died by lethal injection. I was Jen for AEW and changed my name. Wow. Welcome. Jen's are S043. Welcome back, Jen. It's nice to see you again. I hope you've been doing well. Today there is no established estate. But the Son of Sam law, as it's commonly referred to, makes it so you cannot profit from your crimes. So the money from the two paintings he did sell most likely went to the state. I mean, so I don't think that it would have been much at all. But most of his paintings, he just gave them away to anybody that wanted them. He gave them to other inmates. He sent them with his attorney back, so that his attorney would come in and pick up a whole bunch of them. Most of them were small, 8x10 size paintings. We're not talking huge canvases. The little 8x10s that were done on that board stuff. It's got canvas on a board. But that's what the most common size of painting he did. But they're not here anymore. Thank you, Will. I'm good. Hope you and your family have been good as well. Yes, we have, Jen. We have been doing as well as we can. It certainly has been a strange year, with the COVID and everything else, and shutdowns and open up and shut down, and we've all been doing the best we can, right? It's all we can do. What happened to his paintings? Anonymous. I will get to that in just a little bit here. It's one of the questions on the list. All right. Next question is, we know what Gacy's last meal was. All right. The chicken, fries, strawberries, shrimp, that was his last meal. We all know what Gacy's last meal was, but Who did he thank? Who did John Wayne Gacy thank as he was led into the death chamber? So he ate his last meal, but as the guards were leading him into the actual death chamber, who did John Wayne Gacy thank? A, the warden to the prison, the warden of the prison, sorry. B, his favorite guard there at the penitentiary, because he served 14 years on death row. C, his mother, or D, his last victim. Who did John Wayne Gacy thank as he was being led into the the death chamber, not the gas chamber, but the death chamber? The colonel. Yeah. He thanked his agent and manager. Satan. Why isn't Satan on here? That is a good. I should have put that one on here. The prosecution. Yeah. Could have thanked the prosecution. Kimberly Jolly, welcome. You thanked his mom. Well, you could have thanked his mom. KFC. His mother. Colleen doesn't have a guess. It's either A, B, C, or D. Bozo the clown. Luporis said Bozo. His attorney. He actually gave up. In case you guys don't know that, Gacy actually gave up. And he was tired. He was tired of fighting the appeals, and he just like, damn, screw it, just execute me. He knew it was coming. He knew it eventually, if it was going to get to that point where they were going to put, put the needle in his arm. He just gave up. I'm going with the warden because the warden oversees the execution. The art supply store. It could have been that. We'll see. He thinks each piece of fried chicken he stuffed down his face. You guys are coming up with some really inventive answers. Making me laugh. So I appreciate that. It definitely takes the away from the depressing nature of the trivia. All right. Who did John Wayne Gacy thank as he was being led into the death chamber? The correct answer to the Buick dealership. No, he thanked the warden. He thanked the warden for being the warden and always being fair to him. He said that he thanked him, and the warden later on in his statement to the press, they said, "Well, why did he thank you?" And he said he thanked me for always being fair to him. And he didn't have to be, but he was always fair to him during his 14 years on death row. So the last person, as he was being led into the death chamber, he actually thanked the warden. All right, next question. What were John Wayne Gacy's last words? What was the last thing? Because just before they execute you, they ask you if you have anything left that you would like to say. Just before they execute you, what were John Wayne Gacy's last words? A, kiss my ass. B, I'm sorry. C, I'm not sorry. Or D, I'm going to heaven now. What was John Wayne Gacy's last words? Well, I'm glad that Boxing MMA 365. I'm glad that that you decide to come over here, and take part and watch the trivia. Duty Ron's a great guy. I really have nothing but high respect for Duty Ron. For what he did before, you know, as a police officer and detective, but also what he's doing now. And, you know, he cuts through and doesn't let all the rumors and lies and speculation and bull that is out there get in the way, and doesn't dive into the drama that like a lot of channels out there do. And I really appreciate that. Somebody who's going to be straight shooter with you and give you the facts and different information, and then put the guests on who can talk about the case itself, or may know something about the case itself, or the circumstances in the case. And that's great. He does a great job. Hi, Cheryl. Welcome. And Nathan, well, he certainly wasn't going to heaven. Yeah. Can you imagine you were a kid and he was the clown at your party, right? Wouldn't that just be scary? Or how about the fact that the first place he debuted his actual Pogo the Clown was in a hospital ward? He went to the hospital. You're sick. You're a kid in the hospital. And here comes Pogo the Clown. I'd be like, no one out of the hospital. You wanted out before. You wanted to go home. Now you really want to go home. He's a great guy. Duty Ron, just like your channel will. Though I'm still laughing over your comment on cutting the grass with the child scissors. Yeah. Okay. So what were John Wayne Gacy's final words? Disgusting SOB. His final words before they, actually gave him the lethal injection was "kiss my ass." That was John Wayne Gacy's final words when they asked him if he had anything left to say. So the correct answer is A. Angelina, the Gacy is the reason you hate clowns. I think clowns are just kind of creepy as it is. But I used to have a couple friends that were professional clowns. They're not anymore, but they used to. And they were actually on America's Funniest Home Videos. And they won. They won $10,000 on America's Funniest Home Videos. Playing She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain. They were dressed up as clowns, but with bicycle pumps underneath their armpits. But they did She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain with bicycle pumps underneath their arms. They're professional clowns. Okay. Number 16. Which organization did John Wayne Gacy join and become a lifelong member of? Now, he bought and became a member, and then after you do so much for the organization, you can get a life membership, or some people buy life memberships. Which one did he become a lifelong member of? A, the VFW, B, the JCs, C, the Elks, or D, the Church of Satan? What happened to his manners to John Wayne Gacy? I don't know. I guess his manners went out the window when they were, just about to execute him. Carol, Loving in Alaska, going with Elks, AARP. Well, he was definitely affiliated with D, the Church of Satan. Right to Life Party. Face like an ass. And Joe Murray, welcome, sir. Welcome to the stream. We are playing True Crime Trivia tonight. We're around all 30 questions are on John Wayne Gacy, the serial killer. And the 22 of the 30 questions come from the FBI's list of information on him and articles on him. But I thank you for joining us, though. I hope you had a great weekend. LO, my parents are Elks. Are they? I haven't been to an Elks club in a long time. We have one town over from here. We used to go to the Elks here. Now I'm still here. You just can't see me. I just turned off the camera. Soldier Girl. Well, good night, and thank you for joining us tonight. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. But I was saying that the Elks Lodge. We used to go to the Elks Lodge to play bingo. I'm a member of the Loyal Order of the Moose. It's a family fraternal organization, and we have a lot of members that are Elks members and members of the Moose. So we used to go back and forth between the two lodges and do fundraisers and stuff like that. Whenever somebody would pass away, we would do a celebration of life at each lodge. Your Elks Lodge is pooping in my town. Should I be worried? Creepy enough. Teddy Rose, welcome to the stream. It's good to know you're not the only one. The only one what, Teddy Rose? And I hope you had a wonderful weekend. I was just there on Friday. Won some money on the slots. Do non-Masonic Masons. My entire family, from my father's side, most of them are Masons. Most of them. My dad's brother is he's up there pretty high in his lodge in the Masonic order. You scared of clowns, Teddy Rose? Clowns freak me out. They scare the bejeebus out of Robin. What a difference between these lodges. I'm not familiar. Little bit of Sandra, and welcome, little bit of Sandra. I hope you are doing well, and I hope you had a great weekend. Little bit of Sandra. What's the differences between these lodges? Well, I can't speak of about the Elks because I'm not an Elk member. But the Loyal Order of the Moose, we're a family fraternal organization that believes in bettering our community and the lives of all the members and those within the community. We do an awful lot for veterans organizations and for veterans in particular. We have a school just outside of Chicago where we put children through school. They get a private education, like a private school, where they get their schooling, and then on from college or trade school, we pay for 100% of it. And then we have a retirement village in Florida. One's called Moose Heart and Moose Haven. But in Florida, we take care of our older members there, and they never have to pay a dime for after retirement. They can live there for free, do whatever they want, travel or whatever they want with their money. We started back when before there was ever like Social Security or unemployment benefits for working men, but We've been around for a long time. We've got millions of members around the world. I feel like a lot of lodges are based on beliefs and tend to have associations with certain trades or works. Not the Loyal Order of the Moose. We have no association with any type of work at all. We have members from all walks of life. You don't have to be, of any certain religion, race, or anything to be a member. And unlike a lot of family fraternal organizations that are out there, the women and the men are separate. Like there's the women of the of the Elks, and then there's the men of the Elks. The men run everything, and the women are not. They don't have the same equal say. But in the Loyal Order of the Moose, men and women are all equal. All right. So which one did he have? Excuse me, a lifelong membership in? The correct answer is C, the Elks. He was a JC member, but you can't buy a membership in the JCs. Is it strictly American? Nope. No, not in the Loyal Order of the Moose. We got lodges in the UK, France, Ireland, Bahamas, America, Canada. We're all over the world. But in America, there is something like 2.5 million members in just America, just in the United States, the lower 48, not counting Alaska or Hawaii, which obviously have lodges as well. Canada, I know there's lots of lodges in Canada because I used to travel up and down through the United States, from where I live in Washington State back to Wisconsin, and I'd hit all the lodges along the way, and then I'd go up into Canada and I'd hit lodges up there. But we're everywhere. All right, next question. Question number 17. What was the name of John Wayne Gacy's alter ego that he blamed all the killings of all 33 young men and boys on? Let me read that again. What was the name of John Wayne Gacy's alter ego that he blamed the killing of all 33 young men and boys on? A, Summer Sammy. B, Quick Rick. C, Tricky Jack. Or D, Bad Jack. What was the name of the alter ego that John Wayne Gacy blamed the killings of all 33 young men and boys on? The Moose people are good people. We are. I would say, overall, we are. And there's good people and bad people in every walks of life out there. But we try to do the best. Moments in training, for instance, there are a few examples I read where a guy would get shot. He would yell out a secret saying. The Masons on the other side would come to help him to the medic. I didn't know that. I've never gotten into all that. I'm not a Masonic, a Mason. I mean, they've asked me to join several times, and so my family has asked me to join, but I have one family fraternal organization right now is enough for me. the FYI, the Mason Lodge, the Masonic Lodge, is about, I would say, a quarter mile from my home. Surprised he didn't get kicked out of the Elks. Well, I'm pretty sure after he did what he did, they probably rescinded his lifetime membership. Love Jim Croce. Yeah, Jim Croce, time in a bottle. What a tragic loss. What are Freemasons, Will? It's an organization. They've been around since the founding of the United States. Masonry, Masons, you know. I believe they laid the cornerstone or the corner block for the White House. Bad Jack sounds like him. Bad Leroy Brown. Baddest man in the whole damn town. Meaner than a junkyard dog. That comment that you read of mine was referring to the Civil War. Also, prisoners of war that were Masons got treated better. I didn't know that, Moments in Training. I didn't know that. Letters from Hades. Oh my God, I'm late. But you made it. You made it, though. We still got plenty of questions left. And welcome. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. You're a walking encyclopedia. I know a little bit about everything, but not enough about anything to call myself any kind of title about anything. Just live life and learn. Bad Jack, letters from Hades. Welcome. All right. Let's see. What was his alter ego that he blamed the murder of all 33 young men and boys on? The correct answer is D, as in dog. Bad Jack. You're full of useless trivia, interpees. I'm sure you know a lot of things that are interesting and would be interesting to a lot of people. Don't sell yourself short. Life is an experience and knowledge right there. I remember you said you've been to all 50 states. Yes, I have. I have been to every single state. Croach died at the top of his career too. He did, unfortunately. Still a tragic loss, though. And yeah, I've got the song, "Time in a Bottle," running through my head right now. If I could save time in a bottle. All right, next question. Which of the following is not one of John Wayne Gacy's victims? Which one is not one of his victims? A, Robert Johnson. B, Kyle Robertson. C, Robert Peast. D, Micah Priest. Which one is not one of John Wayne Gacy's victims? The first thing I'd like to do. Yeah. You hope that comes up on trivia one day? Croce? I have the album in the house. I know I do. The one with all that on there. I know. I definitely have that album. I might have more than one copy of it too. I might have the mono and the regular, or stereo and a mono version and a stereo version, or I have the quadraphonics. I have so many different albums. It's kind of hard to tell. Like keeping in my mind, which ones I have multiple copies of. Because some of them are, there was a short-lived format called quadraphonics, and then there was, mono, obviously, mono, only one channel, and then there's stereo, more than one channel. But some albums I have, like Mamas and the Papas, and stuff like that. I have multiple copies of certain albums because they're in different formats. Jesse Smollett. Smollett. I'd love music trivia. Eastern Tennessee. What do you think about Tennessee? Jen, I used to actually go to Tennessee quite a bit when I was younger. My friend who I grew up with, his name was Brett, and Brett's grandfather was the one of the founders of Rubbermaid, and he used to fly us down there to for vacation during the summertime. We'd go down in like June and July to his home in Alabama. He lived in just outside of Mobile, Alabama. And when we were there, he used to go to Tennessee quite a bit for business, and he'd take us along with him when we were there on vacation. So what do I think of Tennessee? I think it's a beautiful state. At least during June and July, what I remember about the most weather-wise, humid, at least where we went. But I mean, very beautiful. I personally love Tennessee, Eastern Tennessee. You a vinyl guy, Heidi? Heck yeah, I am. I have different copies of vinyl for the same reasons. Well, that's cool. Same here. I've got probably 200, maybe 250 records total. And I'm talking not counting just the 45s. I've got so many 45s. I really have no idea how many 45s I have. But in 12-inch, in the 33 RPM, speed, yeah, at least 250 records. I thought about bringing them all out here and putting them on a table, and then moving the hi-fi system out here, but all the leaves are brown and the sky is gray. Mamas and the papas. Are you California dreaming? Inner peace? You love the Smoky Mountains? Diana, can I repeat? Which of the following was not a victim of John Wayne Gacy? A, Robert Johnson. B, Kyle Robertson. C, Robert Peace. Or D, Micah Priest. Which one is not a victim of John Wayne Gacy? My mom had all LPs covering all four walls. 12-Step Woman. Welcome to the stream. 12-Step Woman. I know I've definitely seen you on Duty Ron's channel, and welcome. I appreciate you being here. I hope you had a great week and weekend. I want to make a movie where me and you get stranded in the wilderness, Mr. Frosty. That'd be interesting. I don't know if I'd want to make that movie though. I've done mountain survival school when I was in the service. It was called Navajo Survival School, high altitude survival school. In hindsight, now I know why they ended up sending me there, because I ended up serving most of my time in the mountains of Afghanistan. Yes, it displayed them. Our collection is part of our decor. Most folks our age, I'm 40, use streaming for music. When you're at your place, you've got to flip or change the record. Yeah. Nothing would make a good movie. Yeah, I don't know. Mr. Frosty. I bet you could figure it out pretty quick, though. I've been with Dooney Ron since he started his channel. He seems like a solid guy. He is. He really is, Jen. You do know that some of those albums are very pretty valuable. For instance, the Beatles, good in condition, with the cover is worth a few $1,000. Oh, you're talking about the Butcher album? Yeah, I have. I used to sell records for a living, and well, it started off as a hobby. That's how I got the name 411 Now. So give you a little bit of background, so since you're all here. And by the way, the answer to the last trivia question is A. Robert Johnson was not one of John Wayne Gacy's victims. So where did I come up with the name 411 Now? Well, when I was in college, before the internet, was really a thing like it is now, and you had eBay and everything else. I used to sell record albums, to pay for, going out on the weekends and having extra money to, to do things with. And I used to make flyers, and I lived on the 4th floor, room 11 of the dormitory. That was my room number, 4th floor, room 11. All right. And I used to put the word now in big black letters. I used to draw it with a Sharpie marker on the master copy, and then I'd make photocopies of it. And so it had the word now, and it was like a starburst around the background of it. And that's where 411 Now comes from. But speaking of record albums, though, yeah, I'm very aware of the price of them, because I have a lot of like the price guide, like Gold Gem is the standard for price guides for record albums. I've got several of the almanacs and stuff in the house for record albums. My mother-in-law, speaking of Beatles albums, though, my mother-in-law has a brand new still sealed copy of the White Album in her collection. And she bought it, and her mother took it from her when she was a kid. That and the Butcher album took them from her. She bought them both at Sears or J.C. Penney. It was one of those two stores. She bought it at the store, and her mother took them from her because she thought the Beatles were a band of the devil. So she never got them. And then about 6 years ago, her mother passed away, and her mother had kept them just like they were in pristine condition. She put them in the middle of her collection and hid them there, so her daughter couldn't find them. But all these years later, she just finally got them, and she's never opened them up. She does. Well, my mother-in-law doesn't even own a record player, first off, but she's got them back now. The 45 ones, especially. I'll never forget that now. I forget why I went to the living room next time, but not that. All right, we're off on a tangent over here. Let's get back to the actual trivia. All right, next question. How many years was John Wayne Gacy actively killing in a row? How many years was John Wayne Gacy actively killing in a row? The options are A, 4, B, 6, C, 11, or D, 15. How many years was John Wayne Gacy killing actively in a row? 4, 6, 11, or 15? I wish I had your 45s. Hippie love. I've got 45s that I probably never listened to and probably never will listen to. I bought my friend is a huge collector, and he actually bought out one of the last record stores, the actual record store that was in business in our state. He bought an entire inventory from the guy before he retired, and he now sells all that stuff on eBay. But the rest of he had a couple of these, a couple of those, extras. I have like the Live Aid, the 45s from the Live Aid and Farm Aid. And I know I have a bunch of like the ones like with the the picture sleeves of Tiffany. I know that one's on the top of one of the stacks. Potpourri, a new theory, 37 years in a row. Katrina Middleton, welcome. I hope you had a wonderful week and weekend. Brim's full of action. 8-tracks? I've got some 8-tracks, but unfortunately I left a majority of them in a cabinet where my son could get a hold of them, and he pulled all the tape out of the 8-tracks. The ones that he ruined, though, were like Ozzy Osbourne. He did ruin a one of the Led Zeppelins. I don't remember which one it was, but this was a while ago, and there was no saving them because he pulled all the tapes out of them all, and then there was all in a giant pile on the floor, and he had stretched a bunch of it. I mean, he's only 4 now, but this was he was, I think, 3 at the time when he got a hold of them. Sad. I'm just glad if he would have went just a little bit over to the right, left in there, he would have gotten a hold of all my collectibles of Nirvana. I have like the original like TV guide, with Nirvana on the cover, the Spin magazine, and then I have a frame of all the different concert tickets to Nirvana. You still have cassette tapes? I do too. I've got some, but not a whole lot. Used to have a lot more. How many years was John Wayne Gacy actively killing in a row? The correct answer is B, as in boy, 6. You're playing Brimful of Ash. Asha? That's cool. My daughter did the same with your cassettes. I'm sorry, Angelina. I collect, when it comes to cassette tapes, whenever I'm out like a tag sales, garage sales, or whatever, I try to collect the original early rap, because they're worth some money, believe me. Along with I have it's what, a six cassette changer. It's a unit in my hi-fi. You can put six cassettes in it, at the same time, and it'll play all your A side, and then it'll play all the B sides of each and every one. 6 is old news. 37 years he's been killing. Come as you are, as an old enemy. There you go. All right. Here we go. Next one. As we know, John Wayne Gacy killed 33 young men and boys. How many does the Department of Justice and the FBI believe he killed? He killed 33, but how many does the Department of Justice and the FBI believe he killed? The options are A, 37, B, 45, C, 44, or D, 51. How many does the FBI and the Department of Justice believe that he actually killed? Albert Fish? Albert Fish is a freak. You did better last week, Kippy Love. Out of order is going with D. Nathan, they were Nirvana lyrics. Yeah, I know. I know what it was. And Nathan, my name is Will. Well, my first name is actually William, but my friends call me Will. So just in case you know, 411 works as well. You're guessing 35. Just in interesting full disclosure, I don't know what Brimful of Asha is. I just know I like it. There you go. I am still here. Pretty Wicked One. New to your channel. Love the conversation. Well, thank you. Pretty Wicked One. Love the profile picture you got there. But welcome to True Crime Trivia. All the questions we are doing tonight are on John Wayne Gacy, the serial killer. I read the question, and each question has 4 possible answers, and you can answer A, B, C, or D. Only one of them is correct to each question. There are 30 questions total, and we are currently on question number 19. So we have quite a bit left to go. I hope you enjoy the trivia questions. So as we know, John Wayne Gacy killed 33 young men and boys. How many does the Department of Justice and the FBI believe he killed? The correct answer is they believe 45. B. He admitted to killing actually 45 to Tovara, Tovar, Detective Tovara, with the Des Plaines Police Department. Little bit of Sandra, because he actually admitted to killing 45 and told them that he would tell them where the rest of the victims were, but he never did. There was a lot of things that Gacy actually said after he was arrested and charged with murder that would really make, if you read the transcript of it, and I do believe you can find the transcript, actual typed out transcript, the PDF version of it online, but he admitted to a lot of things or hinted at a lot of things in the actual statements that he made right afterwards. He knew once they caught him, he knew right then and there they were going to put the needle in his arm. They were going to get him. He was done. He knew it. There's no, how you going to, get off on that? Oh, I have 26 people underneath my house. How'd they get there? I don't know. He knew he was done. But he admitted to Detective Tovara of the Des Plaines Police Department, he admitted to killing 45. All right, next question. How many people attended the bonfire to burn 25 of John Wayne Gacy's paintings? And I told you that this question was coming up. What happened to his paintings? Well, they had a bonfire there, and they burned his paintings. People brought their paintings that they had of his, and they burned them. There were 25 of them that were thrown into the fire that night. But how many people attended the actual bonfire? The options are A, 1,000, B, 2,000, C, 3,000, or D, 4,000. How many people showed up to the bonfire to burn John Wayne Gacy's paintings? Yeah, well, there's some of his paintings are still out there. Only 25 of them were burned that night. A lot of people did throw away his paintings later on. I do believe the murder museum in San Francisco has one, maybe two of his actual paintings. They have two of his smaller ones, the 8x10s. I'm not a driver at night. Angelina, you're guessing A? Was he a good painter? Art's in the eye of the beholder, hippie love. It really is. I have an entire portfolio case in here of work that I did back in the 1980s. Apparently, at one point in my life, I had talent. I had a full ride scholarship to go to the Art Institute, but I just kissed it all away. Said no. Went in a different direction in life. But how many people attended the bonfire to burn John Wayne Gacy's paintings? The correct answer is C. C as in cat. 3,000 people showed up to burn John Wayne Gacy paintings, or to watch it all burn, I guess, because only 25 of them were burned that night. You're joking? Wish I was. But 3,000 people showed up that night to watch them burn John Wayne Gacy's paintings. Off 1,000? Yeah. That's a lot of people just for one bonfire. All right. Now, this can actually be this question. If you can find the PDF version of the transcript of his initial interview after he was arrested on murder charges, this question is right there right in the first paragraph of after he was arrested. So the question is, what was the first question that John Wayne Gacy asked the police after he was arrested for murder? What was the first question that John Wayne Gacy asked the police after he was arrested on murder charges? A, when's dinner? B, have my associates been arrested? C, who have you spoken to? Or D, have you spoken to Rocky? How much was admission? There was no admission, Mr. Frosty. Am I being detained? That wasn't one of that. You would think that'd be one of his questions, but he was actually arrested and then brought to the police department, to the station. And the first question that he asked after being arrested for murder, what was his first question? Original recipe, please. He did love his KFC chicken. He most certainly did. Pretty Wick is going with A. Trina Middleton is going with B. When do we eat? When's dinner? That's one of the options. When's dinner? Out of order is going with A. Nathan's going with A. What was the first question John Wayne Gacy asked the police after he was arrested for murder? I'm off to the kitchen. All right. So, what was the first question that John Wayne Gacy asked the police after he was arrested on murder charges? The correct answer is B, as in boy. Have my associates been arrested? Yes. That's in the first paragraph of the transcript of John Wayne Gacy with the police department and the detective. He asked, have my associates been arrested? Did he act alone? Why did he ask if his associates have been arrested if he acted alone? Makes you think. Who have you spoken to for chicken? It's breakfast time, Diana Wilson. Angelina, John Wayne Gacy, you're terrible at it. Now, some of these questions sometimes that when I put these lists together, I mean, this is it. This entire notebook is nothing but trivia questions. And this is it for this notebook. I think I have one page left. One piece. No, two pieces left. The entire notebook is nothing but questions. All right, but sometimes I don't even know these questions. You know, when I write, I find them and I write them down, like, you know, and I try to put them on different pages. Like, oh, this one going for, you know, we'll go into just the, you know, the Gacy trivia, and you know, are these ones all put in the general crime trivia? But as I'm researching other cases that I've reported on, I run across these trivia questions, and I just keep the notebook right here next to me. But I don't even. Sometimes I'm stumped on them as well. And I actually go back and I research the the information. Wow, that's real. That's a damn good question. I'm going to ask that. I'm going to put that in the trivia question. All right, next question. Before his arrest, John Wayne Gacy and his wife were into wife swapping. Yes, him and his second wife were into wife swapping. How many married women did John Wayne Gacy sleep with during him and his wife's, extramarital affairs? How many married women did John Wayne Gacy sleep with? A, 4, B, 6, C, 11, or D, 16? How many married women did John Wayne Gacy sleep with during him and his wife's extramarital affairs? Just to F with the police? You think that's why he did it? The porous, there was other things that he said during the investigation, that statements he would drop here and there with the to the police, or to he'd make statements to his attorney about that, where the police didn't know about it. They kind of hinted that maybe he worked with somebody else, or there was somebody else involved in the crimes with him. But he may have been doing it just to mess with everybody. Why not? I mean, he knew once they arrested him that he wasn't going home. You're killing me here, Robin. Sorry. Wait, A6D. Ew. A6. Those poor women. Yep. Him and his second wife were into wife swapping and extramarital affairs. How many married women did John Wayne Gacy have relations with, as Bill Clinton would say. I never had sexual intercourse with that woman. How many married women? In case you're wondering, his wife only had 2. Wonder how they're feeling about it now, right, hippie love? Yeah, they've done some really deep investigating into it. Like did he have any other children out there with any of these other women? And the answer is no. But he definitely could have. I think Gacy had 2, a son and a boy. I mean, yeah, a son and a boy, a daughter and a boy. I think he had 2 children. I might be wrong about that though. God. An eyelash in my eye. Sorry. Not trying to make weird faces at everybody. Bundy's daughter? Yeah. He didn't go after the husbands, right, Katrina? I mean, he had lots of homosexual relationships, but yeah, he was into women too. So the correct answer to how many married women did he have relationships with while married to his second wife during him and his wife were into wife swapping and extramarital affairs? The answer is C, 11. 11 different women who were married. His wife only had 2 affairs. He had 11. Ew. Ooh. Yeah. Al Bundy has a son and a daughter. Really? Slept with that, then there's not enough water on the planet to wash that away. That's true. You just reheated some Chinese food? Is that what it said? Chinese food I made earlier. All that talk about KFC. Creepy, right? We just I don't think there'd be enough bleach or anything out there to disinfect that away. It was an odd time, apparently. All right, next question. While living in Las Vegas, Nevada, what did John Wayne Gacy do for a living when he lived in Las Vegas, Nevada? The options are A, he was a blackjack dealer. B, he was a mortuary attendant. C, he managed a strip club. Or D, he was a circus clown. What did John Wayne Gacy do for a living when he lived in Las Vegas, Nevada? Married with children? Well, yeah, I got the Al Bundy reference. I got it. I didn't know that. Well, he's on Modern Family now, isn't he? Al Bundy? Or at least he was. I've caught a couple episodes of that TV show here and there. Wasn't really my thing. I mean, it's funny, interesting show, but I would rather watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Manager at Hooters? Don't think they had Hooters back then when he lived there. They may have. I don't know how old is that franchise. I don't have any idea at all. I've never been to a Hooters. We have DBAs. We have mortuary. B, yes, B or D. Fritz. Welcome, Fritz. Welcome to the stream. And Fritz is going with D. I hope you had a wonderful week and weekend. And welcome to True Crime Trivia. Tonight we are playing, all these questions are related to not Ted Bundy, to John Wayne Gacy. I have to think of what the hell I'm even doing. Garcia. Welcome. I hope you had a wonderful week and weekend as well. Welcome to the stream. Garcia is going with mortuary. Don't eat the shizzle. They're using schnozzers. While living in Las Vegas, Nevada, what did John Wayne Gacy do for a living? The correct answer is B. He worked as a mortuary attendant. Now, when he was working as a mortuary attendant, one day John Wayne Gacy crawled into a coffin with a dead teenager and started to fondle and caress the dead teenager. He said it freaked him out that he actually enjoyed that so much that he quit his job and then went back to Chicago to live with his parents. That's how he got back to Chicago area. But he was a mortuary attendant. Yep. Dumbbell was a gravedigger. All right, next question. What year was the last year? So we remember the question before, because I actually put a reference here because this doesn't make sense if I just read it by itself. Remember, there were a certain number of victims that were never identified, that were found at the actual property on, underneath his house or underneath the garage or underneath the patio. Okay, there were a number of victims that were never identified. This question is, what was the last year that one of those people who were of those young men or boys that was unidentified? When was the last year that one of them was finally identified? Okay, with that content, the options are A, 2000, B, 2010, C, 2017, or D, 2019. Of the unknown victims of John Wayne Gacy's who were found on the property of his home, there were a certain number of victims that were never identified. They were never able to figure out who these young men or boys were. When was the last victim identified? Old School Glass is going 2014. Options are A, 2000, B, 2010, C, 2017, or D, 2019. Katrina Middleton, 2019, A, D, 2000, Old School Glass, welcome. 2010. Chad, a.k.a. Chin. I refer to him as Dumbbell because he is a dumb something. What year was the last victim identified? The chin, LOL. Damon, welcome. Welcome to the stream, Damon. I hope you had a great week and weekend. When was the last victim finally identified? The correct answer is C, 2017. He was finally identified. He was a runaway from Wisconsin. Do you think Gacy's victims deserved it? No. No, I don't, Damon. I don't think his victims deserved what happened to him. Ooh, Pepperidge Farm cake. That sounds good. Hi. Hello, sunshine. Welcome. How are you doing? I hope you had a wonderful weekend. All right, next question. Before John Wayne Gacy went on his murderous rampage, how many male prostitutes did he pay for sex? According to his own statement. How many male prostitutes did he pay? How many male prostitutes did he pay for sex? Options are A, 5, B, 10, C, 30, or D, 40. How many male prostitutes did John Wayne Gacy pay for sex? This is according to his own statement that he made in 1983. 5, 10, 30, or 40. Pepperidge Farm remembers. I like those little peppers. I get these Pepperidge Farm cookies. They have white chocolate on them, and then they have like the pieces of broken up Candy King on them. Oh, so good. So addicting. You can't just eat one. What kind of town did he live in? John Wayne Gacy? He lived just outside of Chicago. And how was he well regarded around town? How was he well regarded? No, people loved him, and that is the part that is so shocking about Gacy. I mean, he was businessman of the year. He was the head of the JCs. He was best businessman of the year, like the third businessman of the year for the entire state of Illinois. People loved him. And here he is, and it looked like from the outside looking in, here he is, he worked hard, he paid his taxes, he was a married man, he had children of his own. Everything from the outside looked great. And then he was volunteering, dressing up as Pogo the Clown to make children who were sick that were in the hospital feel better. I mean, everything from the outside looked perfect until you actually started to chip away a little bit of that, that facade, and then you found out what was really going on. I now live about 5 miles away from where Gacy lived. Ooh. Jeez. What stocks are you trading today? I don't trade stocks. My wife does. She's got one of those, what the hell do they call that? I can't remember. But you buy like partial shares. I can't remember the name of the thing though. I every once in a while I'll walk by her and she's on her computer doing it, but I don't. I own stock. I mean, but I put most of my money in U.S. Treasuries. But how did he fit in hookers and a wife swapping? Right? He definitely was a businessman. But how many male prostitutes did he say he paid for sex? The correct answer is C, 30. He said he paid male prostitutes, 30 male prostitutes for sex, and he paid them $50 a piece. All right, next question. When asked where the rest of his victims are, since they weren't under the house or in the river, Gacy said to the detective Tovar, 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 from the Des Plaines PD. What did he say to him when the detective asked him where the rest of his victims are? What did Gacy say to Detective Tovar? A, stop to think about the forest. B, that's your job. Or C, things do burn, you know. Or D, who cares? When Detective Tovar asked him where the rest of his victims are, what did Gacy say? Des Plaines, Des Plaines, Des Plaines, Des Plaines. Oh no, my husband is Santa every year. Should I be worried? Is he? That's really cool of him to play Santa. Night night, Robin. You have a great one. And have a terrific week ahead. Stay safe out there. Mr. Frosty, who cares? Okay. Apparently you don't. What did John Wayne Gacy say to Detective Tovar? I think he pronounced it Tovar. Like Tuvar. I don't know. I could be wrong. But of the Des Plaines Police Department, when asked where the rest of his victims are, Katrina's going with, that's your job. Out where? Dana Wilson, American junk food. What are Pepperidge Farm cakes? Well, the company that makes Pepperidge Farm cookies, they make cakes as well. They make all kinds of things besides just cookies. It's a brand. It's cake. I don't know if I've ever had any Pepperidge Farm cake. I've seen them. They also make like the, what do they call those? Danishes. They have Danishes. Pepperidge Farm Danishes. I've seen those in the store, but I only buy the cookies. It's kind of a guilty pleasure whenever I want something. I'm not much of a sweets, desserts and sweets and candy. I don't eat that stuff. Just never been my thing. Although I do have a subscriber, fan of mine who sends every once in a while. She'll send me different candies from I guess they're from Great Britain because she's in the UK. So I mean, are treats that she likes. They're normally candies, stuff like that. Where's my Buick? Yummy. The coconut layer cake is good. D, who cares? All right. So the answer to this one, when Detective Devar asked him where the rest of his victims are, his reply was B, that's your job. When asked where the rest of his victims are, he said, that's your job to figure out where they are. Bakery brand is more upscale than most commercial brands. It's good. They make good cookies, though. All right, next question. Who was the lead prosecutor on the case of John Wayne Gacy in the murder trial? Who was the lead prosecutor? A, William Johnson. B, William Cody. C, William Shatner. Or D, William Kunkel? Who was the lead prosecutor on the murder trial for John Wayne Gacy? Dana Wilson, you think Amazon sells them? Oh, heck yeah, they do. Yeah, you just type in Pepperidge Farm on Amazon. You can get them. I'm pretty sure they have the cookies on there. I don't know about the cakes or the Danishes, but they definitely are out there. D, William Kringle. Kunkel. William Shatner. Definitely William Shatner. Kojak, you think it was Kojak? Kojak Bang Bang. Kunky. It has to be William Shatner. Damon, what do I think about vaccinations? I think vaccinations are a good thing. I've never had a vaccine that's done me wrong. Perry Mason. I think it was Wild Bill Cody. Who was the lead prosecutor in the murder trial of John Wayne Gacy? The correct answer is D, as in dog. William Kunkel. Kojak and his lollipop. It was Telly Savalas, right? It was Kojak. I was never really into Kojak. I used to watch Starsky and Hutch. That was my show. Starsky and Hutch. Marcia Clark. Yeah, you going right? Jinx. All right, next question. So as we all know, John Wayne Gacy loved fresh strawberries. What was one type of fruit that he refused to eat, but both his first wife and his second wife loved? But he refused to eat it. What fruit did they both love, but he refused to eat it? A, bananas. B, apples. C, oranges. Or D, blueberries. What fruit did both his first and second wife love, but he refused to eat? Why does Canada have so many true crime cases? Compared to the United States, they don't even have a fraction. Damon? And there are a lot of crime here in America. Pringles. Bananas. Because he was bananas. Bananas. Well, everybody's going with bananas. What is the one fruit that John Wayne Gacy refused to eat, but both his first and second wife loved? The correct answer is A, bananas. They both loved bananas, but he hated them. So if you guessed bananas, you got that one right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally come to the last question. This is question number 30. This is the final question. What odd event took place at the lethal injection for John Wayne Gacy that would eventually change state law forever? What odd event took place at the lethal injection of John Wayne Gacy that would change state law forever? A witness tried to commit suicide in the gallery. B, no state witness showed up. C, the lethal injection didn't work. Or D, there was a power outage. What strange event took place at the lethal injection of John Wayne Gacy that would change state law forever? They sold tickets? No. No, there were a total of 11 people that were there in the viewing room on the day of his execution. No state person showed up. C. Power outage. Katrina's going with power outage. This is not crime. It's gone all foodie. What strange event took place at the lethal injection for John Wayne Gacy? A witness tried to commit suicide in the viewing room. B, no state witness showed up at all. C, lethal injection didn't work. Or D, a power outage. Someone brought him a Pepperidge Farm cake. Oh, inner peas. Bananas for the obvious, huh? Power failure. Moments in Trading is going with B, wants to go with B. No state witness showed up. Please start over. And you can watch it and rewind. Old school class. It's funny though. It's funny. Robin is going with C for sure. What strange event took place at the lethal injection for John Wayne Gacy that would eventually change state law forever? The correct answer is C. The lethal injection did not work. And here's what happened. So when they went to go, they hooked him up to the IV, and they started to administer the first shot, which would have knocked him out, and then they give him the actual shots that actually are going to stop his heart. So They knock him out, muscle relaxant, and all that. It's like 3 shots total that you get when you give somebody a lethal injection. The actual medication that they used to knock them out had coagulated in the actual syringe as they were trying to shoot it into, inject it into the IV line. So they closed the curtains, so those who were there to witness the actual execution didn't see what was going on. And then they removed the IV and the IV container and everything, brought in another one. So there was a 10-minute delay while everybody sat in that little room and waited for the execution to take place. They came back. Gacy was there, obviously still, and they just carried on as if nothing happened. It changed state law forever in the aspect that if something ever is to go wrong during the actual execution of an inmate in the state of Illinois again, they always have a backup plan. Well, the IV didn't work, or we don't have the correct things to do the lethal injection today. Here is the electric chair. They always have another backup. So that John Wayne Gacy actually added a backup plan for state executions in the state of Illinois. If something goes wrong and they can't complete it one way, they're going to get you. They're going to do it that day. Robin Lane. Intermission. Please hold, folks. Please visit our snack bar. That was one the funny thing about that Hello Sunshine. One of the most popular subliminal ad campaigns that ever took place. The most popular and the most successful one was, I think it was like 3 seconds long, and that just said, "Think mink." They were selling mink coats, but the one that they used to play these tricks on you when you went to the movie theater. You used to never see like the popcorn dancing across the screen, in the little clip. Don't forget the popcorn, soda in the lobby. It was drinking popcorn going by. But they used to play subliminal tricks on people in movie theaters to get them to actually go out to the lobby and want popcorn and soda and snacks. It's illegal to do it now. But that is all 30 questions, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about Delphi. What about it, Mr. Frosty? They still have not caught the murderer of Abby and Libby, and it's absolutely tragic. And even the person that I've seen all these other YouTubers put up say that this guy looks like the sketch. He hasn't been arrested or charged with it. Dancing hot dog. Yeah, I think it was hot dog, popcorn, and soda that went dancing by on the screen. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. But they used to play, subliminal things like that. There were theaters that used to got into a lot of trouble, like major movie theater houses, where they tried kind of like sensory smells, the smell of popcorn, or the smell of something sweet, to entice people to, when they came into the theater, they'd smell popcorn, and they would go back out to the lobby to get stuff to buy things. Some theaters would vent popcorn machines into the front entrance. Oh, I believe it. They tried a lot of things over the years, but subliminal messaging is what one of the things that got a lot of theaters in trouble, and they actually passed laws to forbid subliminal messaging now in the promos, in the beginning. But they still do it anyways. Now, ad placement, in clips. I haven't been to the movies in years. At least it feels like it's been years. My niece works at a local movie theater house. Honest, Genuine, Furious. Have a good one. Good night, honest, genuine, theory, fierce. I can talk. I really can. But next Sunday is General Crime Trivia. We will do another 30 questions next Sunday. Carol Loving, Alaska. Good night. It was fun. Catch you again. And Carol Loving, Alaska, I do a live stream every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. It has no topic at all. And we are, this coming Saturday is going to be, it's a Memorial Day weekend, but will be the 175th Saturday in a row that I've done the Saturday morning, chat live stream. 175 Saturdays in a row that I've been doing that with no topic. So, reminder on, cool. Well, I hope to see you then. For either the Saturday one or Sunday for General Crime Trivia. But in the meantime, you have a wonderful week ahead and stay safe out there. I have to get some shut-eye too. So good night, Will, and everyone. Good night, Jen. It was nice to see you again. And you take care and have a wonderful week ahead, Jen. To everybody else out there, thank you again for joining me tonight. I really do appreciate it. Everyone being here and taking part in the trivia and crime tonight, on John Wayne Gacy. And I hope that each and every one of you has a wonderful week out there. And I know this world is, crazy, to say the least. But Libet Sandra was interesting. See y'all next weekend. You have a great one, Libet Sandra, and everybody else, stay safe out there. I will see you again soon. Bye.